So welcome to this video. What is stress? So what is stress? So stress is a really common word that people use to describe when things just feel a little overwhelming and we're really struggling to cope, when maybe life's tasks, responsibilities and things going on just feel a little bit too much to cope with. The ability to cope with stress does vary from person to person. There's no right and wrong, there's no good and bad and strong and weak, not at all. However, it is very important that when we notice that stress is getting a little bit too much for us, that we have some tools in place and we're able to do something about it. Because long-term stress, say for example if we've had a stressful job for a long period of time, it will have an impact on our physical health. Stress has a lot of negative connotations, but I just want to start this by telling you about good stress. So what is good stress? So good stress, it's primal. So it's a response when we know something in our environment is a threat. It feels too much, it doesn't feel okay. However, positively, when we were running away from dinosaurs, it positively helped us survive. So that boost of adrenaline, that push of energy, that, oh, okay, I've got to get this done now, means that we get stuff done. We get reports done. We get creative. We finish stuff off. We hit the deadline. We show up on time. We have good energy when we do presentations or when we have to finish a piece of work. So that's a good, healthy use of stress, because if not, we would be a sloth. Okay, so it's how we're using that burst of adrenaline and cortisol to actually get stuff done, do a good job, get paid, have a good work-life balance. And this feeling stressed differs from person to person. So different people will have a different tolerance. However, when we feel stressed, the physical and mental side effects are the same. Some of the physical symptoms of long-term stress that when it manifests are heart disease, strokes. Really importantly now, it impacts our immune system, so we're more susceptible to catching colds and feeling run down. Asthma or bowels, IBS, this often shows up when people have been living with stress for a long time. Ulcers, fatigue, sleep problems. It's really important that we begin to look at tools to be able to manage our stress so we can have long, healthy careers and also avoid something called burnout. So it's very interesting with burnout that people with burnout don't go to spas every 2 months in Thailand. People with burnout actually come to work. So it's very important that we look after ourselves, especially in stressful jobs, so we're able to have productive careers, be great managers and really begin to focus on work-life balance and what's important to us. So too much stress makes us ill, physically ill. We burn out, we get anxiety, we get depression, we disappear from work, we have long-term sickness. At any one time, 1 in 6 people are struggling with stress in the workplace. It's really important that we have tools in place and are able to notice the impact of stress on our body and also how we interact with people, our communications, so we're really able to do something about it. There are many sources of stress, from big life events, even really positive events like expecting a baby. So common sources of stress: relationships, family issues, money. Money is a big one. Health, do we have any health concerns? Bereavement, so this may be a recent bereavement or an anniversary. And the workplace is a really big trigger for stress. Number 1, is my job secure? And secondly, a bad boss. Have I got a bad boss? I may be being bullied, maybe there's too much work and I'm not being supported. There's a lot of triggers within the workplace for people. So this shows up in a lot of sickness, and actually, especially with burnout, people who are burnt out come to work. So it's noticing that, really, how are people looking after themselves when this is going on? Because in the workplace, it's called presenteeism. So this is when someone may be there, but they may be only functioning at 50%.